what is good? Let's congratulate, those brands and businesses that have, done a better job of representing multicultural Australia. I think, most marketers or and communications teams are doing that better than we have ever done that in the past. I think that's the first step. It's possibly not good enough. And I think, there is a huge opportunity now to think more strategically about how to engage the whole of multicultural Australia. And we need to do that probably from that more strategic thinking and, not just around targeting and not just around personalising the messaging, but also thinking about the channels and the media that we're using to connect with those communities. Because we know from the work that we've done at CulturalPulse that, marketers that are reaching all Australians or majority of Australians are perhaps reaching them, but they're perhaps not engaging them and not really deeply connecting. So just because your advertising or your messaging is being exposed to those audiences doesn't mean they're taking it on. They're not necessarily understanding the nuance. They're not understanding the humour. It just doesn't relate to their everyday life. It doesn't reflect something that they know and understand. So it just it bypasses them.
We've moved from the tokenistic, let's, tick the cultural diversity box and have a few, people of colour in the background, to actually embracing it, owning it. We've come a really long way. And two examples that kind of, when I was thinking about this, came to mind was the recent Google ad. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, where he's searching, his daughter's learning how to play AFL. He's clearly new to the country, but he uses all the Google tools to kind of help him find his way through and be part of not just, the daughter being part of the team, but him being, feeling part of the community. And that ad 20 years would not exist 20 years ago, would not exist. So I think we've come a long, long way in showcasing that and, delivering it with authenticity and not just tokenistic.
When I think of my own career and the role that I play today, I'm the only Colombian woman in our leadership team in Australia. I feel like my voice matters. I feel like I bring a diverse opinion. I sometimes think from a different angle from the rest of my colleagues, and that creates very positive debate, healthy debate. So there is a lot of positivism and acceptance in who I am and where I come from that adds to the conversation, and I think that's great. Of course, we are trying to put some processes in our workplace. I remember maybe 5 years ago, we wouldn't even audit our marketing assets. But now we have every year, we completely audit our assets. And this is one of the reasons we joined the UN Women and Stereotype Alliance, because they have a lot of tools and you're not talking to yourselves. That's another problem is you sit with your agency and you go like, hey, we're doing a great job. No, you need people that truly are spending the time. And I love to hear more from you, Karissa, because I think you need to get that third party perspective into, are you engaging? Are you ticking boxes or are you engaging? And so we're doing that audit. We found a lot of opportunities. We tried to address them. You always feel nervous as a marketer of misrepresenting or doing it wrong or looking, I've been tokenistic, right, about the way you do it. But you have to start there. You have to get everyone together. So we have a marketing, diversity and equity and inclusive unit where we all come together across the entire business and really focus on what could we do better? What have we done not that great and work through that. So that's one thing. But at the end of the day, one of the challenges I still see is agencies or partners. We have a lot of partners, a lot of agencies. We all have a great culture at work, but we never take the time to spend it with our agencies to really talk to them about what are we trying to achieve. It's a brief that doesn't even include D&I within the brief. So let's go back to writing good briefs and involving everyone that works with us in the conversation of doing best practices. The marketing team cannot work alone. It needs to start from the top, from the CEO. So at Amex, we have a really robust D&I strategy. The marketing team comes and joins that in the role that we play. But it's super important that there is connection on delivering against that strategy across all touch points. It's just not the marketing team, it's the servicing team, it's the product team, it's the capabilities team. So do it from the top down. Don't think that the marketing team is in charge of D&I and communication. It's not true. It's holistic across the entire organization.